Federal judge ruled today a former Austin police officer charged with manslaughter cannot be charged with a crime by the state.
Judge Lee Yakel ruled because Charles Kleinert was acting as a federal officer when he shot and killed Larry Jackson Jr., he dismissed the state's manslaughter indictment against him. Chris Sadeghi breaks down the reasons behind that decision.
The ruling does not say Kleinert was justified or innocent in the shooting of Larry Jackson, but it rules by law he is immune from prosecution by the state because he was acting as a federal officer. Judge Lee Yakel cited case law Connecticut versus Mara that states a federal officer is not required to show that his actions were in fact necessary or in retrospect justifiable. He only must show that he reasonably thought his actions to be necessary and justifiable. That establishes what is known as Supremacy Clause immunity defense. Kleinert was an APD detective at the time, but also was a member of a federal task force and investigating a bank robbery when he came into contact with Larry Jackson. Bank robbery, a federal crime. In a hearing a few weeks ago, Kleinert was at times emotional when he said he suspected Jackson was trying to commit bank fraud. He chased him when Jackson ran, even flagged down a passing motorist to give him a lift. When he caught up to Jackson, he admitted to striking him with the same hand that was holding his gun, but as the two struggled, the gun accidentally went off, hitting Jackson in the back of the neck. We talked to Adam Lowy, the Jackson family's attorney in the civil suit, about the decision.
It's one of the worst days I've had in my legal career. I'm a strong believer in the justice system, but tonight showed the justice system does not always work. My clients are devastated, absolutely devastated.
This thing happened 2 years ago, so he's had it hanging over his head. So it's, probably a mixed emotion of relief and just excitement.
This decision from the judge is subject to an appeal if the Travis County DA pursues it, but as of right now, it appears Charles Kleinert, who retired from APD shortly after the shooting, will avoid criminal prosecution. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
And Kleinert's attorney, Randy Levitt, says this decision is the correct one. He calls Larry Jackson's death an accident that occurred because Jackson resisted Kleinert's efforts to arrest him for a federal crime. Now Levitt says Kleinert is ready to move on.
Well, he's emotional about it. He's obviously relieved. He is delighted. We've been waiting for this. This thing happened 2 years ago, so he's had it hanging over his head. So it's, probably a mixed emotion of relief and just excitement.
Levitt also says he hopes the district attorney's office will accept the court's ruling and not appeal to the Fifth Circuit. Travis County District Attorney Rosemary Lemberg, however, is not pleased, saying she's, quote, totally dismayed by today's ruling. In a statement, she says a grand jury spent a lot of time reviewing the case before indicting Kleinert. Lemberg says the ruling makes it appear a local officer assigned to a federal task force can avoid prosecution in state court.